What's going on, everyone? Kevin Gallagher here with Gallagher Business Development, and we are here finally with video 4 of building a business development plan, and this one is titled The Right Data Brings the Right Tactics. And if I'm being honest with myself, this video is terribly behind schedule. I should have delivered this video to you back in December. I'm terribly sorry that I didn't, because if you have not finished your business development plan for 2020, then you're behind schedule. If I put you behind schedule, then I'm sorry, but let's get this going today. And let me start by saying this. If you watch the last 3 videos, then you know we talked about A, setting goals, both achievable and stretch. B, asking for questions to both yourself and your key employees and other people that you respect. And C, finally, getting to know what market you actually serve. There's a lot of markets out there. There's a lot of industries you could be serving in, but which ones make the most sense for you? If you haven't watched these videos yet, I want you to hit stop right now and go back, because without those videos, you cannot do this video. You cannot do putting together marketing tactics without knowing all of that other data first. So that being said, for God's sake, if you have not watched those videos, hit stop and go back and watch them. But for those that have watched them, let's jump right into this video and get going with the right data brings the right tactics. Let's go. Now, for the sake of argument, we're going to be using an example business. I've created a fictitious restaurant. Why did I choose the restaurant industry? I don't know. It just fascinates me. But I chose a restaurant that I created a framework for, and I'm going to read the framework for you right here from this piece of paper. So, this restaurant is a local mom and pop owned restaurant that has a few signature dishes and a variety menu focused on farm to table. They also provide catering and corporate event catering, and they just finished their first year. Now, after the setting goals phases, we know that they want to first increase catering by 12% in the next year. Second, improve bookings on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And third, increase overall sales by 20%. Those are their 3 goals that they have. I didn't set any stretch goals only because the fictitious company is a very small business. They don't have a ton of employees outside of their wait staff, so there just aren't any stretch goals. So now we went into the question and answering phase, and we know that they, first off, love social media, and second, hate print advertising. Print advertising does work for some companies, but in their case, it's not one that they like. Their typical client base is Gen X and millennials that are health conscious. They've tried direct mail and Clipper magazine type mail services with little success. Their brand promise is home cooked meals every time. And the last thing I put on here is what makes them unique is the farm to table element mixed with their signature dishes. Then we took a look at their market. First, their competition are other local small business restaurants. They are not competing with Denny's or Applebee's or any of the chains that are out there. They are competing with other local small business restaurants. And they are also located in a major metropolitan area. So there are countless versions of this type of restaurant. I'm located in the Philadelphia area. You could hit a farm to table restaurant with a rock. There's so many of them in this area. The third is they're right on point from a pricing standpoint. They're not higher, they're not lower. Their value is right on point with all the other farm-to-table restaurants they consider their competition. And lastly, they have a great 4.5% stars on Google, and their closest competitors at 4 stars. So they have a little bit of an online digital marketing advantage. So that's the breakdown of this company that I've created for us to take a look at and build tactics for. Now, armed with this information, we could build out our marketing tactics to suit their business. If you're a restaurant, you're going to love me right now, because I'm about to give you essentially a business. If you're a farm to table restaurant, I'm going to essentially give you a lot of tactics that you can implement into your own farm to table style restaurant. And this is normally advice that I charge somebody a nice amount of money for to do it. But listen, at the end of the day, my goal is to help you build a business development plan. And so we need this fictitious company in order to get it done. So here we go. The first tactic I'm going to recommend to them is digital marketing. Everybody knows digital marketing is essential to every business, but Let me explain some of the tactics that I'm going to have them put in place. First, we're going to overhaul their website. We're going to make sure that the website is clean, it's modern, that it functions well, that it loads well, people can find their information well, and they can contact them quickly. They're also going to have on there their regular menu, and we're going to put a Twitter feed where you're going to be able to see daily specials and whatnot by clicking on the Twitter feed, so it's nice and bright and vibrant. For an example of what a Twitter feed could look like, you can visit my website, GallagherBusinessDevelopment.com. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see my Twitter feed next to my YouTube feed. So you can make them look really nice. There's a lot of great plugins for websites in order to do it. Other digital marketing, we're going to focus on social media. The social media types I chose for them are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, believe it or not. I know it's a restaurant, Pinterest, but I'll explain, and YouTube. Let me explain each one. First, on Instagram, we're going to use influencers. There's a way on Instagram to search based on a map for people in the area that are also on Instagram that are influencers. What you could do then is you could target certain ones based on how many followers they have, and you could send them a private message inviting them to come to lunch and have lunch on you. Or you could say, hey, free sides, or you could say, hey, free entree. But really the pull-in is free lunch on you. They're going to be able to come to your restaurant and get lunch for free. Why does that make sense? And first off, let me start by saying this. This is not my idea. I wish it was my idea, but I actually got this idea from another YouTuber who taught a food truck to go and do this, and I just thought it was absolutely genius. You say to 5 different influencers, come in today for free lunch on us. They come in for free lunch, they try the food, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to blog about it. They're going to go on their Instagram feed and say, hey, I stopped by to have lunch at this place today. It was fantastic. Check it out. Try the burritos. Yada, yada, yada. There's a million things they're going to do with that. Your goal is to get them to mention you on their page. And what did it cost you? $15? Why not? Why doesn't that make sense? Instagram using influencers to market your business. Next, Facebook. You're going to post your daily specials and other funny food-related content. On Facebook, very important key. People don't want to see advertisements. They want something that makes them laugh and have fun. So you're going to be posting Instagram photos. You're going to be posting pictures of dishes, but you're also going to have a ton of funny stuff about food and, local events and so on and so forth. Twitter is where you go to build a brand. When you're building a brand on Twitter, your goal is to have people be able to connect with you and engage with you with your Twitter audience. But you're not going to spend a ton of time on Twitter. The secret with Twitter is Twitter integrates with websites exceptionally well. So if you're posting on Facebook a daily special, we're going to connect your Twitter feed, or we're going to connect your Facebook page to your Twitter account. And when you post your daily specials, it'll automatically go onto Twitter, which will automatically go onto your website, and then people can kind of engage like that. So Twitter's going to be where we're going to build a brand for you and everything else, but all of your other accounts are going to connect to Twitter. So you're going to do a lot less time on Twitter, a lot more on Instagram and Facebook. The next one is Pinterest. Pinterest is a great spot. I mean, if you're going after the millennial and Gen X and so on and so forth, they love Pinterest. Especially the health conscious crowd loves Pinterest. Get your chef to put together ingredients that everybody should be doing, or recipes that you could be doing at home, similar to the recipes that are in the restaurant. These things will make you stand out, and it's you giving something back. Just like I'm doing this video that I normally charge people money for, you're providing some kind of a value on Pinterest, and it's making you stand out on another social media platform. And then on YouTube, let me tell you right now, 2020, YouTube is going to become king of social media. Take a look at the YouTubers that are out there. They are making tons of money on YouTube right now. Companies are doing so much more advertising on YouTube now. Now, it used to be you got one ad on a YouTube video. Now you're getting 2. Notice that? That's because YouTube is taking off like crazy. Make YouTube videos about the restaurant. Make them on how to create signature craft cocktails if you serve alcohol. Make them about video reviews with customers. And the last one that you could do is making a video about starting in the restaurant business as an entrepreneur. These are all things you can do to create content. And guess what? You get enough subscribers and enough followers, which I'm nowhere near that yet myself, but you get that and you can monetize your YouTube account and make money off of YouTube. It's crazy. YouTube is going to take off. You're going to see. Mark my words. Another digital marketing platform, text message marketing. Restaurants, text message marketing. You can do a text once or twice a week on Tuesday and Wednesday because they're looking to increase bookings with your specials or with a 10% off or with a free appetizer, whatever it might be. Come in and show us your text message. Text message marketing is going to be essential for you. The next digital marketing tactic we're going to look at is email marketing. As people come in and they're waiting to be seated, you have a little sign-up form or you create a little iPad and your hostess says, hey, while you're waiting, if you don't mind, we send email coupons out. If you want to put your information in here, we'll also give you 10% off your order today. Now you've created a massive email list that you could turn around and do a ton of email marketing to, and they've all opted in. You can also have monthly events in there. You can have coupons. You can have all kinds of stuff that you're doing from email marketing. Email marketing is so essential to most business types. Look into it or contact me. I do it. Google My Business listing. If you are a local business and you do not claim your Google My Business listing, you are failing. I have a great video on creating a Google My Business listing that you should go back and watch. It's free, but it's essential. You've got to do it. Reputation management, similar to Google My Business. Go online to all of the white pages sites, claim those listings, and make sure all of your information is unique throughout the entire web. You can claim more real estate on the first page because you have more pages working for you and creating trackbacks to your site and so on and so forth. Reputation management is huge. And the last thing I'm going to recommend is OpenTable. You got to give people more opportunity to reserve tables at your location. I highly recommend getting involved in OpenTable. And I was on OpenTable the other night and I went to book a reservation and it said, oh, there's no reservations left. How about Tuesday night at 8 o'clock? You could set these things up so that it draws more attention to those off periods of time. So that if you have too many bookings during that time, instead of squeezing somebody in, recommend they come back another night. So that's another digital marketing tactic. The next things are print materials, and I'm going to fly through these ones. Print materials, catering menus that you have on display as people come in. Order some rack cards to display on the tables. And so not a ton, but just a few things. Networking, go to local business associations as well as fall festivals. Really start to build up the brand that you've created as a restaurant and invite people out. At the fall festivals, consider having your chef put together some samples, have samples out for people to come by and try. It would be huge for you to get involved in these local events. Promo items. The promotional pen is one of the single most powerful tools in your arsenal. Just get some pens made up, have them up front. As people come in, they're signing the checks. You know how many people take the pens from the waiters and waitresses? Make sure they're always using one of your pens. They go home and they're sitting there and they're hungry and they look down at the pen, they're good to go. Personalization, loyalty rewards program, beer mugs if you serve alcohol, same table, same time. This is something I just came up with while I was putting this together. So first off, loyalty reward program, they come back and they earn points. As they earn points, they could get free appetizers and things of that nature. You could actually have your website run your loyalty reward program and people could keep track of how many points they're doing. You could create an app for it if you really want to invest in it. But same table, same time is something I've come up with that guarantees you're going to get the same customers every month. And what it does is they sign up for this service. And let's say they like to come in the first Saturday every month at 7 p.m. and they really like the table they're at. You guarantee that they're going to get that table every first Saturday at 7 p.m. and you schedule them out for 2-3 months at a clip. I mean, just think about that. You guarantee. And then you send them emails and texts reminding them that their reservation is coming up and it's already standing. Same table, same time. It's catchy, right? Dang it, I should have made that something before I gave it away. But anyway, these are just some of the most potent ones that I could think of. Sorry, I just want to take a look if I missed anything here. But now that we have these tactics, we could create a budget. I'm not going to help you build a budget right now, only because building a budget takes a little bit more work. I could do some of this stuff right off the top of my head because I provide these services, but depending on who you use in your local market, you may want to, their budget may be a little bit higher or lower than what mine would be. So you might want to just maybe talk with them in your local. But to create the budget is really simple. You could do most of it by going online or just making a few phone calls. And just let vendors know that you're not making moves right now. You're just trying to create your budget for next year and that they are on the list as your vendor if they choose to move forward. So guys, that's it. You've built an epic business development plan. You've done so much work. You've changed your mindset on how you're going to do your marketing and sales moving forward. But you take this business development plan and this budget and you live by it. Somebody comes in with a new shiny marketing thing. You say, I'm sorry, it's not in my budget for this year, but I'll consider it for next year. Give me all the information on it. And you take a look at how that works and does it benefit the framework that you've created about your business? The data that you've pulled together about your business, does it fit it? But you live by this. But the last thing I just want to say is you put this plan together. Now you got to do it. Don't just sit on this. This can't just be a document that sits on your desk and does nothing. Implement this today. Put the plan together, put the budget together, decide what things you want to do and put it in a plan today. Get this thing going and move forward because no action is an action, but it's not the action that you want. All right, guys. Well, hey, happy sales. Have a great day. And I hope you enjoyed this series of videos on building a business development plan. Take care.